This is Corey transmission. We found help us.
I've been aggressively pointed out, which means it's time to start. Hello and welcome everyone back to Neon Lights Roleplay. I am Meg Mysteria, and tonight I get the distinct pleasure of being the game mother for tonight's episode of Last Transmission. With me on screen here, there is a lovely cast of people who are all far too eager to die, which is great because we'll be using Death in Space from Free League Publishing as our system of choice for this campaign. But before we meet them and their characters, there's a few things I want to get out of the way. Last Transmission is a sci-fi horror game, emphasis on horror, so general content warnings will include gore, violence, death, body horror, and psychological horror. While I can safely say everyone at this table has a number of ways to let me know if things are getting a little too gritty, there's only so much we can do for you as a viewer. If at any point a scene being played out becomes a bit too overwhelming, we highly encourage that you put us on mute, step away for a few minutes until the scene has passed, and if you still feel up to it, sit back down with us to see if this motley crew makes it out alive. Speaking of our motley crew, let's meet everyone. In overlay order, if you all would do us the honor of introducing yourselves, your characters, and answer me this. What do you think about death? We'll start right underneath me with Gavin.
Hey, that's me. Hey everybody, I am Turk or Turk Extended. I am going to be continuing to play Gavin Lapata, whether you like it or not. I intend to carry that energy as far as I will be legally allowed. Within the laws of the game, of course. Fuck actual laws. Gavin's opinion on death is it's something to be avoided at all costs. And that life is precious, hence the adoration of the garden that he shares with his crew, but also his general interest in joining as a medical or first responder type. So, yeah, death is bad. Don't do it.
Don't do the death, everybody.
Yeah, but next up is Foxy.
Hey, that's me, friends. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. And tonight I reprise my role as Tamoe Lapata, elder and more responsible of the Lapata brothers, former Galsec peacekeeper who's, I don't know, just trying to keep people around him from going insane or losing their lives. It's so far going moderately. I got like a 65% success rate, so passing grade. No, that's never mind. Anyway, it's happening. Let's go over Shock Point next. Oh wait, actually, there's a question. How do I feel about death? It's an unfair and uncaring constant in an unfair and uncaring universe, but it is a thing we have to deal with. So,
Okay,
that's all.
so, all right, there it is. All right, so, hi, yes, that lovely introduction for me, thank you. I am, in fact, Shock Point Failure. I am reprising my role as Ta'al Shadi, the tactical AI that grew a conscience after technically winning. So, there's that. Let's see. Tao, if memory serves correctly, is not having a good time. But that's besides the point. Everybody here is not having a good time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, you think you're special because you're traumatized?
I'm having a good time.
For
You have an
now.
opportunity to kill me again. Of course you're having a good time. But yeah, so Tao, as you know, an AI, has a very interesting relationship when it comes to the concept of death. As in, by his by his reasoning, he could technically, not deal with that. But at the same token, though, going back to the whole conscious thing, he is very much of the opinion that yes, it is a inevitable factor. Entropy will happen, even if he avoids death in the realm of a biological creature. He will eventually, die somehow. So he feels that if it's going to happen, might as well make it count. So I believe that wraps me up. So
Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm Legendary Vermin. Tonight I'm going to be playing F43, otherwise known as Faye Castilian. And as somebody who was vat grown on a battleship for the purpose of prosecuting a war, Death is as much a sibling as any of her vat cousins to Faye. And like any sibling, she's used to it being unruly, unpredictable, kind, and appreciated in all of the various ways that one can interact with a person. It has been just about the only constant in her life, besides the Empress Shrike. And somewhat ironically, the only loss so far that has potentially shocked her very deeply is the fact that her ship slash birthplace slash mother, in her eyes, is currently full of holes and crashed on the surface of a very, very hostile planetary body.
It's not that hostile. You've only seen one bad guy.
We've seen several dead bodies, though.
Can't deny that one.
Everyone has a past.
Something else that you also saw last time around. Let me set the ambiance.
Oh shit, not the ambiance.
Last thing you guys saw was after receiving a flashing signal indicating that 5 survivors were hiding in the glowing cavern, you'd all decided to take the chance to descend down into the river Styx. Within the massive cave, the walls and ceiling were lined with gemstones once used in the long-dead Crystal War. You found observation and lab equipment, strange, almost alien consoles, and a massive central point with nothing in it. But the most disturbing thing you found is no one here, save for the deteriorating body of James Turner, a suspect you thought might still be running around causing problems within the communication terminals. Delilah stepped back, finding something to lean against and sinking to ground, pale and staring at yet another comrade lost. What's up with the rest of you?
Checking the corpse would be the first bet. Probably doing so in a way that I can put the bulk of my body in front of it and away from Delilah so she can at least not be staring at her dead friend. And just, looking for all the standard stuff. Cause of death, time, other signs of what could have
Oh.
happened here?
We did do that last time.
Right.
We were able. The body's surrounded by depleted oxygen tanks and the died of asphyxiation.
Ah,
At least
Well.
that's what it seemed to be.
Yes.
cool. I guess that that I'm not doing that. I guess I am.
You can definitely block Delilah's view.
Let's do that. Let's just do that. I'm a big boy. I'll do that.
So there's a random data bank just here in the center that he's leaned against.
All right. I'm checking the terminals to see if there's any that still have power, so I can see what might have been going on those.
Faye is looking for a light source powerful enough to have signaled up to the other cavern.
So I'm going to work backwards and address the first thing. You passed several lighting lamps on your way there. Each one, up until the point of the cavern, was off. And then there's a couple of lone ones standing at the opening of the cavern. It seems like the reflections might have bounced off the crystals, or maybe someone lit a light further up before retreating back. As far as the terminals go, are you interacting with the more alien one, or are you interacting with the more down to earth, like it probably came from the colony?
I'm gonna start with the one that kind of came from the colony.
Okay.
You don't mess with alien-looking tech. No, that's how you get viruses.
It's funny because you're a computer. Yeah, okay.
I was.
So, the entanglement is very real. The terminals that you're dealing with are jerry-rigged handfuls of monitors and data banks. Keyboards, there's a couple of portable, just handheld terminals lying about. But for the most part, a lot of the equipment has been attempted to interact with these other consoles.
Mm-hmm.
The actual databanks and monitors all seem dead. They're, as far as the power source goes, to turn any of them on, it would take some hunting, but from your judgment, since they've been sitting out here in the ice, it's a gamble on whether or not anything boots up.
Are we sure we want to be messing around with these terms? I mean, you get them on.
Don't be terms. You sound like an old man trying to sound young.
We can debate slang later. He has a point. We might get information off of them, or we could end up like our friends down here.
Well, our oxygen tanks are relatively fine, so probably no trick of that just yet, but I'm more worried about the sound attracting our new friends. I don't know what kind of boot they're gonna do or what.
I mean, is there actually an atmosphere down here?
Down here, no.
Yeah, I gotta imagine no, because our friends.
Hang on. There's a very
Johnny asphyxiation.
difference
Not
between atmosphere
Johnny
and
asphyxiation.
breathable
It's
atmosphere.
actually James asphyxiation.
James.
Oh, I'm so
James-
sorry.
It's James A. Asphyxiation. Thank you very much.
But the reason why I was asking that is because I was acknowledging that there's a significant difference between atmosphere and breathable atmosphere. And given that there is no atmosphere, the sound can only travel so far.
Hold on.
It's still a fair point that any vibrations that we make might attract attention. Do what you're gonna do. Do it carefully. You're the expert.
We got info about a science team working on something a bit covert, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Well, this does strike me as a rather covert. So
We're on the same page.
Here's the idea. Either you help me turn these things on, or I'm gonna poke around in the alien-looking stuff, and I do not want to poke around with the alien-looking stuff.
Yeah, Tomo will not like hard kick, but like tap with the foot his little brother and just help the old bot. I'll check on, and he kind of thumbs back at Delilah.
All right. Maybe ask her. Well, if James wasn't sending the messages, the only other person who might have been with James, as far as messages were concerned, was Cassie. I think it's Carrie in my notes.
Have we established whether or not people can log on to the network using falsified credentials, or whether or not it's biometric?
It is not biometric.
Yeah, I thought we established it was definitely like passcodes and shit.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, same. No, same.
They
Yeah.
were, yeah. We there was codes that someone had gotten, and people had been hacking into others' stuff.
Think more like everyone has their own personalized ID card
And
that has codes engraved on it.
And James Turner
My
has
favorite.
override.
I'm walking over and I'm going to check James Turner for his override key.
All right. So, am I rolling tech or something to try and figure out how to turn these machines on?
I will assist in that endeavor.
I'll go check on the lady.
I would say roll savvy because you are trying to search for in this chaos of wires and databanks. You're trying to actually find the power source.
All right. And you said a 12 is a pass. Okay.
Indeed.
Fun times, fun times. And what bonus am I getting from Tomoe's help?
Not Tomoe, but
Not
thank
Tomoe.
you. I like to think I look as good.
Oh, hush you.
From Lapata the Younger's help?
Younger.
Lapata.
What is your score in savvy?
0.
Lapada's?
0.
What?
I got great tech though.
Yeah, that's why I was asking for tech.
Though I do also have a spare void point I could spend. I'd be willing to spend to give us a little bonus here.
Oh yeah.
You said void point, not boy point.
Yes, void point.
I forgot about those. I have a crap ton of them.
My little fella point.
I was gonna say
Still a guy.
I was gonna say that him helping you would have let you roll with advantage.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna take that, and you know what? Fuck it. Let's double advantage this. I'm gonna burn a void point. Let's try to find another.
Ripple rolls.
Go back there. All right. So the best one out of that is a 15.
Okay. So, following these wires and searching through everything, there is a power generator that has been tucked into a back corner.
All right. Anything concerning about it that I should be worried about before I just try to turn it over and turn it on? Well, maybe not turn it over, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Tech talk.
Nothing notable other than it appears that everything has been disconnected. Like maybe they were planning to bring that back, but it's also just off, and much like everything else has that same layer of dust and ice.
Okay. Something really weird is still going on. Everything looks too old to line up with the timelines we've been given.
I mean, someone was just down here. Apparently. Or something.
Right. And they're not here. and the dust looks so thick that nobody's been down here for like a week.
Well, no one's been on the terms. Now I'm just saying to annoy you.
Say thank you to the chat because you all each have 2 + 2s.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Chat decided they like us a lot, I guess. Thanks, friends.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, chat. You're the best.
3.1.
All right. So I'm gonna start connecting cables and whatnot, and get ready to turn on the generator.
I'll assist and get these pipes connected and such.
Okay. Takes a little bit of time, but it's a generator. It can't be that complicated. Bringing it back up and working, it groans and rumbles, sputtering to life. You can gauge maybe it doesn't have that much juice left in it before it gives out. But you have some time.
All right. Well, generator's running. Back to the terminal. Turn it on. See what we can find out.
Where we go with that? Okay, flip to the outside of the suit, basically on like one of those draw pullbacks. So the heavier carabiner is what appears to be the ID card.
What in the shit ball McFuck stick? That is both in character and out of character. I unclip it from him, and I am taking that because he has overrides.
He's got to be able to access it from his suit while he's outside.
That's not what's bothering me, and you know it.
I mean, your cursing's bothering me. I could have sworn I taught you better than that.
Faye basically holds up the key card and kind of shakes it in their direction. There's... the idea that somebody might have gotten a handle on his overrides and then have been sending messages in his place. Bunk. Unless there's a way to override it just in software.
There's one other possibility we haven't let ourselves consider just yet. Could it be that it wasn't a human at all that's been sending out whatever messages we've been getting, or fucking with the system? Could have been that he'll point very slowly and tepidly at Teo and just... could have been one of him.
A ghost.
No, yeah,
An AI.
Oh,
yeah, that is possible.
That too.
Any of your kin go unaccounted for after the war?
Yes, they did. A lot. A lot of us did. How do you think I got?
One of them.
Thought the whole idea was that there were just a few of you against masses of us.
Oh, no. We were using AIs for everything. I'm fairly sure there was one just tasked with making sure an airlock didn't open accidentally. Poor sap.
Doors are important.
I think he went crazy trying to stop a commanding officer from accidentally opening the door without his helmet.
Morality of AI's door holders aside, can we figure out what's happening here before we start theory posting?
Well, we gotta get the terminal online.
So, while they're doing that, can I check on our wily friend? How's she holding up?
Since entering the cavern, she seemed a bit better off than she had been on the rig, or significantly better than she was in the colony. So at this point, she's more responsive. It looks up and acknowledges you as you walk up, but you can't hide the fact that she is kind of looking past you and eyeing as Faye investigates James's body, looking for the tag, and listens to that conversation.
I think Tamoy will just kind of like put a burly hand on like a shoulder and like try to get like her attention to some degree, and just there was a raid on Emilio 7 once. Part of a starship crash landed on a colony medical facility. It was messy. Lots of dead, a lot more wounded. But we got people out. We'll get you out of this. I promise. I can't promise much else, but I can hold to that at least. You will get out of here alive. Is that clear?
Was it strange that I find myself caring less and less?
The mind has to, or else you lose yourself in it. Let the numbing happen. Process it when you get out of here. Till then, let it serve you.
But don't let it go too far. That might be shock setting in.
Is there a loose enough tile in this floor I could pick up and throw at him?
Careful, that's how people.
There's
die.
definitely rubble like everywhere, so
Ooh, I don't want to cause any serious damage, just like solid cartoonishly funny impact to the side of the head's what I'm going for here. Not any serious damage, you know?
I imagine with the
that's how Pierce
offset-
went down.
I imagine with the offset, it ends up just kind of hitting the console and bouncing off of it.
Shut it, Bolthead. I got this one.
Yeah. All right.
Closer, y'all. We need to get back in Atmos so I can have a fucking cigarette.
One of your steel cigarettes?
Don't drink to that.
Dales.
She left all of her fresh ones on the ship.
Cheers.
On the terminal is... It feels and looks similar to data inscriptions. Note-taking, surveillance, things like that. But it's not in a language you can process. It looks more like a bunch of symbols that the computer even really can't comprehend or make sense of as it shifts and skitters. You can see a few constants, but that's about it. And it's files upon files like this.
All right, come on, bud. Don't do this. Give me something here. All right. Can I at least get some file dates here so I can build a timeline? When was the last time you were asked this? Give me something.
Even the dates seem to shift. There's some as recent as up to a couple of weeks ago, about when you would assess how long James has been down here, to even this planetoid potentially being in a primordial state. It's hard to actually really date because everything keeps shifting.
All right. So, whatever happened down here has done a massive number on the system. Can't even keep its internal date systems right. Great.
Roll me a savvy.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and burn another one of my fate points because, well, void points, whatever. Same thing.
Sometimes your fate is the void.
Given the nature of this game, yeah, that tracks. Okay, I feel like I wasted that.
Oof.
So, take your pick, 19 or 20.
Hey, well, those are both good numbers.
Sometimes you got to spend the points to get the rolls.
Exactly.
The
I bet if you didn't spend that point, you'd have got like a 3. I bet.
Yeah, that's just the
It's Murphy's
way of
Law
the
of
future.
Dice. Murphy's Law of Dice. That's how it happens.
Do you have anything listed in your morale? Or do you have morale?
Hmm?
Morale?
Is there morale on your guys' sheets?
Drive? Trait? Past legions?
Cosmic mutations.
That's an NPC. That's an NPC.
Void
thing.
corruption.
The weapon 1.
Small items.
I've answered my own question. I've answered my own question. Morale is NPC exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat this as almost like a stressor and tell you to add another void point. Because for a few seconds there, the imagery coalesce, the symbols, the string of lettering, numbering, symbols merges together and coalesce enough that you can get hints of a scene playing out. People moving back and forth in front of this terminal, circling around the cavern. And something in the center. Before it flicks back out again, and all you see is that string of incomprehensible text.
Okay, wow. That was a thing.
It now feels almost like something is scratching at the back of your mind. Something in your internal processor is trying to continuously process what you just witnessed. Your body might be human, but there's still a bit of that part of your brain that tries to analyze things like a computer.
Okay.
Word, circuit breath. What do we got?
I want to say something just inserted malicious code into my processors.
Do you need a diagnostic check?
If you come near me with a wrench,
I got the proper tools to run diagnostics. I just need to find the right way to insert them.
Patch boo-boos later. Talk now. Thank you.
all right.
You're not going to be able to get access to. You're not going to be able to get access to run the diagnostic until we're in somewhere with atmosphere. Did you see anything usable?
Momentary flash of some very interesting animated axie art, but yeah,
Like
almost
like characters doing
yeah. yeah, characters used to recreate, well, rather impressively, I might add, what looked like this very chamber, people milling about, and then something in the middle.
Like something inside the machine was trying to show you something?
Yeah, and I don't think whatever it is good for our health.
Hmm.
And I am now even more wary of poking around the alien tech because, like I said, I feel like I have malicious code in my head. This is not a fun
Yeah.
feeling.
How about someone with not a computer brain take a look at it? LeBro, you're up.
I was. I he was over looking at this table. If there's any useful papers or anything.
Any physical paper or notebooks have pretty much deteriorated. There's nothing legible on them, except at some point there were words on it. There's a personal,
Deteriorated?
In vacuum?
like,
Well,
rubbed
there is
away because of the dust and
That's fair.
everything,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I
and the
guess
freeze,
there's enough to erode it. That makes sense.
and you can pick up a personal personal transport terminal, and wipe it off, kind of flip it around, try to power it on, and near as you can tell, the battery's dead. But
All right, let me take a look at the maddening bits of research. Why not? I'll clip on the data terminal thing to his suit and make his way over. Let's see what you're complaining about. And I'll go back, try and access the files again.
to you, it just looks like a string of incomprehensible nonsense. Symbols, ones and zeros.
Well, I know that number and that one. Together, that don't say hello world. I don't think it's singing Daisy either.
Okay, do not reference that, please.
You know I can't do that.
I am sorry I suffered literally 20 simulated years of training with that damn movie. I do not want to hear it referenced.
Well, all right. As far as I can tell, Tal's the only one who'd be able to make heads or tails of that. Unfortunately, it looks like it's both at the same time, with one shoved up the other and inside out, so... sorry there, friend. We can run diagnostics when it's safer. See if there's anything we can't expunge, but... Till then, let us know if there's any flesh-murdering thoughts.
I will inform you if there's any unusual flesh murdering thoughts.
There we go. Sorry.
All right. So we stayed in here. I mean, that was our one little hint. Someone was down here, but now that's not really anything.
Well, if we can't get anything else useful out of here, then I can't see why we're still here. Captain?
Yeah. Let's wrap up, grab all our stuff, and shove off before we run out of O2.
Mm-hmm. I'll look over at Delilah and just stick close to me, alright?
You seem pretty calm down here.
Who's that to?
That's to Delilah.
Well, maybe it's because those things aren't crawling around everywhere.
Yeah.
Point.
Wonder why. And she'll limp off towards the exit.
Maybe the fact that they can't breathe down here might be a thing, Good reason.
I need to breathe. We sure about that?
They look fleshy enough.
Ooh, I've seen a lot of things look fleshy. Don't need to breathe.
I heard on Old Earth there was a thing called a jellyfish. They just float. They're just macroorganisms that floated. Wild stuff.
What, you supposed to put that on a processed butter and jelly sandwich?
No, processed
That
butter.
sounds fake.
Like-
That just sounds fake.
I don't know. Maybe that's what jelly and jam was made out of.
Okay, I know for a fact jelly and jam was made out of fruit. I couldn't tell you what fruit, but I know for a fact.
Yeah,
it was
but
made-
there's like other stuff in it, right?
What the hell's a fruit?
Oh. Isn't that what they used to call vegetables?
What the hell's a
You remember the last tree? They didn't grow another one because it ran out of the thing that it would use to reproduce. It was fruit.
Oh, okay.
I will once again like to bring up this point. I had nothing to do with any plans to sabotage the other side's agricultural output in the sake of the war. That was not my department.
Yeah, well, I still have never had a Magno, so I guess
Magno.
we're all at a loss.
What the hell's a Magno?
And that's the fruit. Right? A Magno.
I think I'm gonna...
Faye, spell that, please.
It's a mango.
I figured. I got it. I got it.
M-A-G
that's literally
N-O-E.
I think I'm staying off the jelly for a little bit.
How long has it
Just gotta
since...
flesh out the last tree lore.
How long has it been since any of you have had not freeze-dried anything?
You can get
how old
not
are we?
freeze-dried things?
Yeah, Gav, how old are we?
Well, that, I don't know.
During the war, you could get like biological slurry paste in the mess hall on the Empress Shrike. But it was advised that you don't ask where it came from.
I distinctly remember that there were still fresh agricultural processes going on certain colony worlds until a certain department that, once again, I was not a part of, sabotaged that.
Well, I had a little bit before leaving home, and, you know, Ron and I think we've got at the start of something.
I never bothered too much with fresh food, but had a little bit of it when I was working in Galsec. Those colonies who lost agriculture, I was helping a lot of them. There wasn't a lot to go around.
We have things like fresh roots and some fruits in the botanical one.
Well, that's
You're full of shit.
Oh, I got to see that now. Gotta take a few notes.
I'm not when you can't really get meats on colony without trading, which we had to stop doing towards the end of the war because the mine went dry.
Here, but like you're talking like an algae farm, right?
We have one, but no, I'm talking about actual root foods.
What the fuck?
Oh, we're going there next, right?
God, I hope those crab things don't eat that shit. Oh,
We had to make sure we were getting nutrients somehow.
Oh, Epsilon's gonna be so pissed when I tell him this. He was so proud of his projects.
Alright, then we have a target. Shall we move?
I imagine this conversation was happening as we kind of amble down the hall
Yeah.
back towards
Fair
the elevator.
Fair and valid.
You leave the cavern, and as the light kind of fades from the corner of your eye, it immediately goes out.
Huh.
I would say that's creepy, but yeah, we didn't technically see that.
So I'm gonna say that I'm not dropping the AI somewhere in this machine theory until we get any evidence of anything more solid.
I'll say they're basically floodlights. They are big floodlights.
Ah.
Does anybody look back?
Yeah, of course I look
mean,
back.
Why not?
I'm spooked.
Yeah, probably.
That light faded because those floodlights, something knocked them over.
Oh
The
dear.
lenses are shattered, and there's a bulb flickering just enough that it looks almost like that figure is standing in a suit. For you, Teo, it seems almost like it's glitching in and out. The rest of you see it in a flash before the light goes out completely and it's gone.
Okay.
From the flashlights, all you can see in the distance is James Turner still leaning against that console.
I know I didn't cheap out on the eyes. What the hell is going on here?
No, I think we all saw that one.
Back to the elevator.
So reality's glitching for you too?
I don't know about all that, but I know that we're seeing things we shouldn't, so let's keep moving and keep our guns up while we're doing it. A little less
guns?
talking while we're at it, maybe?
Where did you guys find guns?
Literally, always.
We've had guns this whole time.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've
more
never
guns
not.
than plural, than the singular.
Well, there's all of us.
Yeah, multiple people who have
Oh,
guns.
we've got to run a diagnostic on you.
Yep. All right, let's get moving. Come on now. And again, let's get some noise control going on while we're at it.
Ooh, spooky gold
This one?
in the cars.
Oh, see, I don't like that.
You don't like this?
Oh, I mean, you know, there are worse things.
You guys make the trek back to the elevator and make that slow, ambling ride up. At this point, you guys have lost about 3 hours worth of air. Those of you with carbon lungs, that's about an hour and a half.
Hell yeah.
So,
Right.
check marks should be 3 check marks thus far, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Only 1.5 if you're like me.
And me.
Hell yeah, we out here.
I mean, it's supposed to be in reverse, but either way, as long as you know that 3 hours of air is gone, you're fine.
Yeah, true that.
So, well, I guess we gotta get to the transport garage, right? And get on the rail, or?
That's gonna be a faster way back than walking. It's also gonna
Yeah,
make
that's
plenty of noise.
And then there was that whole conversation of trying to save some of the gems for fuel. Did we do that? I forgot.
I think you loaded some of them up and started getting them prepped before going to the freight.
Oh yeah,
elevator.
yeah. We left some to get transported back with us.
Yeah,
back
we
back
loaded
up.
things in the transport garage.
Yeah,
The plan
yeah.
being to take that and scrap back to the ship.
Yup.
All right. So yeah, to the transport garage so we can pick up our loot and go.
Just running into this weird day. A little bit of good old-fashioned manual labor.
Yeah, let's.
Anyone who would like to, please roll savvy.
Savvy?
Savvy.
I
And
would
notice.
like to. Given
As somebody who hasn't rolled yet today, that's D20, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Given my
Thank you,
negative
team.
3 to savvy, I'm gonna burn my only void point I have and roll anyway.
I've got a 10.
Did you say -3?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty bad with people, turns out. But even with the
Uh,
negative
all right.
3,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Savvy should be.
I got a 13.
Yeah. 13 passes.
Woo!
It's a 20, baby.
20 passes.
10.
10 does not pass.
No, not passing.
Theo, did you roll?
I did not.
And I'm away. From engineering, you can see the soft pulsing glow of a green light through the window, almost like the terminal is lit up.
That wasn't on the way over here, was it?
No, I'm
That's
probably
where-
sure we took it when we left.
And that's where we got our spooky message.
Tomoe will silently, to Faye, given that they are, both armed, kind of gesture in a very, very clipped, militarized way to know, like, we should go quietly look over there, the two of us.
Yeah, no complaints here.
Cool. Let's go
We,
shuffle.
I imagine that when we do stuff like this, we absolutely fall into step. I think we're the breach and clear people
Hell yeah.
generally. It's you, me, and the guy whose name I forget, who you don't like.
Knight.
Knight.
What do you mean? I don't dislike him at all. There's no reason I would dislike him. I'm sure everything's fine. It's whatever. Not a big deal. Not like he's fucking my cat or anything. It's fine. Whatever. Don't care. Anyway, yeah. Let's go look over at engineering.
Are you going into engineering, or are you just taking a peek through the extremely foggy and frosted over windows?
We're gonna start with windows. We can get a look in, see what's going on, and based on what we get with that, maybe we'll go inside.
Just the light, but no movement.
No, that means it's probably nothing live in there.
Yeah. Faye nods and goes to the door.
I'll follow right behind her. Just gun ready, but I'll let her check the door first.
I check corners. I do the whole thing, and then
Okay.
I go to the blinky.
Always sweep hinge side in. It's usually a typical breach and clear strategy. But you want to cover similar arcs.
No movement, no activity. You move further in.
I'm going to the blinky carefully.
Oh no, Blinky. It's the same terminal that Gavin and Teo were at, the main communications terminal. And it's lit up because it looks like there's a notification for a new message.
I check it.
Should pop up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Request for emergency assistance. Natalie Walker. Location. Crew quarters. Transit. If anyone is still alive on the station, please respond. We have survivors, and we are seeking refuge. This is the only working terminal. Can't stay long. I hear them coming. Send. Is there like a quick way to reply?
Yes. You can reply back. You do need an access code to actually do so. But
I grabbed one downstairs.
I summoned that car that I grabbed downstairs.
Do they have like the really quick responses, like a Teams, like sounds good?
No. Yes, they do. And what Faye does is slams that in, hits the sounds good, and then just types really quickly after rescue team of the Empress Shrike.
There you go.
Sense.
Tomoe gives a slight nod, indicating like, yeah, he thinks that's the right call. He would have asked that we do that if it wasn't Shetson anyway. So
That's theoretically why we're here, and that's also where we were headed anyway.
Anything else useful or interesting here?
Nope, the terminal goes dull, silent.
Fools me, get the fuck out.
Yeah, let's go get our booty and cruise on back. You know it.
All right.
With moving the heavier equipment, with the hand trucks, it's about another half hour of air.
That means I'm officially ticked below my second bar.
Guys, here. Or again, I'm gonna ask anybody who would like to roll savvy.
I ain't got no more void points, so fuck it.
Void
I
is
like-
advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna blow some void here.
You can burn it as an advantage, you can burn it as a cosmic mutation. I'm saying that's off limits for the moment.
But yeah, I'm gonna burn a void and also roll savvy this time.
I rolled a 14 and a 15.
Remember, you guys each still have the 2+2s. Unless somebody is, I think, shocking.
Well, I got 2 15s, so
I'm gonna use one of the +2s for me in order to take my 12 to a 14.
You guys know that tram that you came on?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the cargo bed that was loaded up and attached to it?
Yeah.
mhm.
There's movement around that.
Joyous.
On the outside? Or shaking bacon on the inside?
Not shaking and baking.
Around the outside, around the cargo.
Joyous. I got a big booming voice. At this point, if it's moving around, it's already, we gotta get there anyway, so there's no point in subtlety. So I'll just roll it out, just hands where I can see them, stop moving.
There's no Atmos here.
There's no Atmos, and even if you were projecting from your suit speaker,
Yeah. that'll be
ignore the
enough.
fact that the grid says it's 80 feet. It's
Further.
several dozen yards.
Well. Okay, guess we're just gonna have to approach and hope that we don't get assassinated or ambushed by anything. I'll make my way over.
We've already gotten the. Faye will say over comms. We've already gotten the cargo this far. If we need to come back for it, your lives are more important than the gear.
Couldn't agree more.
You make your way into the repair bay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next stop is opening that lock if you want to get back on the tram.
I'd like to set myself up in a firing position behind this workstation here.
Smart.
I would do the same, but I do not have a gun. I do have a fusion motor. That could still do some damage. So I'm just going to post up right beside the door.
Guess I'm taking point then.
Delilah's gonna take to a corner, probably
That's the
motioned
call.
away.
Yeah, he's gonna just like, hey, you stay over there. Not remember I said stay near me. Don't do that when I'm doing stupid things like this. So and then I'll look at everyone, make sure everyone gives me confirmation that like they're in position and good to go. But just
Yeah.
let's hope we're all going home from this, and I'll work at the lock. I don't know why I shoved my hands if I was shoving this door, but I'll work at the lock or do whatever I got to do to get the shit open.
The repair bay rapidly depressurizes as you open the lock.
Joyous.
Oh, wait,
And-
was one of the O2 refill stations in this room?
Yes.
Sorry, before we depressurized, would it be okay if we topped up our O2?
Probably
Because
not
if
that
it were
bad.
there, I just remembered the thing about the O2 at this moment.
I was gonna let y'all go. Yes, you can.
Cool. Everybody top up their O2, says Faye moments before we try to breach and clear.
Okay.
All right, fair
That's
enough.
smart.
Thank you for letting us use rewinds. I appreciate that safety tool.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. Both of you are incredible. Damn, train. God. Anyway, yeah. So now that we're all topped off and oxygenated and such, now I'm gonna do that thing I said about with the lock and the door and such things.
Repair bay rapidly depressurizes,
That.
causing some of the equipment to loose equipment to shift around. But the movement and the rattling of the actual building, the track is enough to kind of make whoever this is, whatever this is, look up and start to look around.
Flashlight.
The flashlight that's on the end of my pistol.
I mean, same.
There is someone standing, now climbing down quickly from your cargo bed. They're wearing a suit. They've got a duffel bag slung over her shoulder and something slung across their back. But they raise their own weapon back at you as they start to back up.
Faye will put the light up and then shine it on the like medic or like rescue indicator patch to be like, we're not hostile. We're here on rescue.
You heard?
There isn't much of a response outside of this person continuing to back up and starting to get to a position where they can run. You can hear through the speaker of the suit itself at this distance. Tomoe, you can pick up part of it. There's a man's voice shouting, "Stay the fuck away from me."
Hey, easy. Listen, there's a lot of messy things going on out there. You run off on your own, you're dead in 15. We can get you out of here. You got a name?
Doesn't hear you. Doesn't seem to hear you as he
Great.
keeps going, running down the line.
Ugh, fucking hell. I guess I have to run after him. I can't let an innocent be out here by themselves. Damn it, me creating a person who has a fucking moral complex.
We have a train.
Yeah,
He's on
but
foot. That's on the same
Trains trains are awesome until you need to stop.
yeah. So, also, in the time it takes to get back and start the train and get it moving, we don't know where he might turn and run off to, what corner he might turn,
Well, then
what
fine.
room he might dip
I'll
off in.
start the train.
You do that.
You train naysayers.
I'm-
I'm gonna start the train. Oh, wait, you think I'm gonna run after that? Don't joke. Please.
I mean, that's fine.
All right, I'll go with because I'm probably looks like it sounds like I'm the only other able-bodied and willing individual.
We'll babysit the train, have fun.
Faye, the woman with a sword cane strapped somewhere onto her suit.
No, I'm leaning on it right now. I will hand out an ass whooping at any time. Like, that's not the issue. The issue is hoofing it after somebody is just not going to be comfortable.
Differently able doesn't mean unable to whoop ass.
This is more a situation of I do not want to do it, therefore I will have my friends do it.
And this is more a situation of I am a good person, unfortunately, and don't want to see an innocent person get hurt when I can possibly prevent it. So I'm taking off running without thinking about it. Will this get me killed? Probably.
The
I'm
-1
going-
body approach, the plus something body approach.
What the fuck is my body, by the way, actually? Good question. Yo, +2. Hell yeah.
Oh, good. You can carry that
Body,
on
yada,
-1.
yada, 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 yada. Body crazy curvy. Wait, sorry. I'm gonna.
Look,
sorry.
Tao skipped out on a lot of things when he got this body.
Yaddy yaddy.
Not enough Megan Thee Stallion in your life, clearly. That's your problem.
While we're hopping onto the train, Faye will help Delilah up. Did you recognize the voice?
I didn't hear it. It was too faded from here.
Fair enough.
Well, let's hope we can catch him then. I'll be helping start the train ride and get.
I
Um,
recall,
I'm gonna just keep running. I
I
guess.
recall this little block here in the train.
The pale square, or I
Yeah.
guess that's a rectangle.
The rectangle. We're gonna call that the train.
Okay.
Looks train ain't enough to me. I'm
Don't worry,
running after our friend.
And I am somewhere behind Tamoy.
Make me dex rolls as you are running.
Oh, joy. Remember that +2 in body? So, it's not that in dex.
Fair, fair.
But
I have
thankfully,
illustrated a train.
if I use one of my +2s, I get a 13.
I will be doing the same to get a 14.
Hey.
So, being several yards behind, and you are at least keeping pace with your distance, trying to follow this person. And as they can hear the whir of the trains starting up, the pounding of perhaps something chasing him against the metal, he turns in long enough to fire a pot shot.
Ah! Fuck, dude, come on!
Since Tomoe moved first, you are the closest target. What is your defense rating, sir?
Let me tell you that, and it's 12.
I thought you had fancy armor.
Oh, you're right, I do have fancy armor.
I
I'm
thought
super
fancy
sorry.
armor acted as a damage reduction in this game.
Yeah, yeah, it's damage
It
reduction,
adds it adds to your defense rating.
Oh,
Uh,
in that case, I get a plus, what's it, +3 from the heavy EVA suit?
2.
2. Okay, well, in that case, because it would be 12 -1 for my dex, then it goes up to, so 12.
13?
Yeah, 13. So 13.
Something pierces through the arm of your suit.
Motherfuck.
You feel something lodge itself in your arm. It's obnoxious enough that it's ripped a hole in your suit now and embedded
Again?
itself in your arm, but it's not that painful. And from what you can gauge, kind of moving your arm around, it might just be like a long, sturdy nail.
Yep, I had a feeling from the way you described that it was some kind of tool. Yeah, alright. I guess. God. I can't shoot this guy. I don't have a stun gun or anything, so I'm just gonna have to keep running until I can get close enough to, like, tackle him or something.
Yeah, that's the same case for me. I don't even have a gun to shoot him with.
Yeah, so I'm literally just going to, like, run and try to keep the bulk of my body in front of Teo and just keep running. I can deal with the pain later.
The oxygen is the
Yeah.
bigger concern.
I'll be fine.
It's very quickly venting.
Yeah, I figure.
quickly can somebody lose oxygen, realistically?
Exactly. How much oxygen do you really need? Like,
Not to mention, if it's a long nail, it sounds like it also sealed itself up until we removed the nail.
Yeah, there's usually a little bit of glue on those nail slides, right? Maybe that helped.
I appreciate your optimism, friends.
I've
The good
spent a lot of
news-
time thinking about nail gun as portable weapon.
The good news for you is that even though he managed to hit you with that nail, it caught turning around to actually fire it caused him to stumble. His
Good.
leg goes through the grating.
Does that mean I'm catching him?
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Something
close the
out there.
distance?
I mean, you need me to roll dexterity again? Because I'll do it if you need me to. Is that what
I'm
you're
really
saying?
afraid you're gonna get hit worse.
Nah, I believe. So
I'm
is that
gonna
what
say a dex to close the distance enough before he starts actually slipping down. Great.
Cool. Let's here we go. Dex rolls. I'm gonna use my other +2 probably because I don't have great dex. But I rolled a 19.
Is that for both of us or just Foxy? Because I'm like right behind him.
Would you also like to make the dive to grab?
Yes.
I mean, I think I got him.
Just
with
be
the
on the
19.
safe side.
Fair
So
enough. Good luck.
okay.
Worst case scenario, you eat shit and get a void point. And I don't
I'm
know.
getting a void
Yeah.
point. Got him.
Hey,
Ooh.
So, Moa, you make the dive, grinding across the railing, grab at his arm before he starts actually slipping through. Tail, you can't quite get that grip because he is thrashing his other arm, and the only saving grace from him trying to shoot anybody again is the fact that Moe has hold of his actual gun arm.
Mm-hmm. How heavy is this guy? Can I just yank him back up, or what's the setup here?
With the suit, fairly heavy. You might need some assistance there.
All right. Well, in that case,
Them
I have
suits
his,
are bulky, man.
that's true. I have his gun arm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to squeeze that as hard as I possibly can, hoping he'll drop the gun.
He is withstanding that as long as he possibly can, but eventually that grasp goes limp.
do you have contact comms?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna. So yeah, once he lets go of the gun, I'm gonna like turn from like crush grip on arm to like supportive grip to lift, and just much better. Can we talk now?
I'm gonna have you roll me savvy as he is still thrashing around and
This is the
cursing.
third savvy roll. I should probably put some points in this skill so I stop rolling with -3s. Let's see. What's that? That's. Ooh, so if I add a +2 here, I get a 12. I rolled a 13, which -3 is 10. And then I add 2 more for a 12. I did math, friends.
Math champ.
That's
And
me.
he
I'm the
rolled
one.
a 10 on his opposed.
Foxy is a mathlete confirmed.
Mathly
Fun fact,
confirmed.
I did do one math Olympiad in high school. I placed third.
Yo, that's my new favorite Foxy lore.
I did exactly the one because I was the smart kid in the class, and my teacher was like, "You should come do this," and I was like, "Does it get me out of class for an hour?" And she was like, "I'll also get you pizza," and I was like, "Well."
I discovered a hole in my leggings and I'm not pleased about it. But anyway,
Sorry about
he
that.
rolled a 10 on his opposed. So despite still thrashing, you can see a little bit of a shift in demeanor, as much as there can be here in this situation. and that swearing of "let me go" and cursing you out as if you were some kind of beast turns into "who the fuck are you?"
We are a rescue crew of the good ship Empress Strike. We came on response to to a distress signal from this facility.
I'm also the guy who you put a nail in the arm of. So unless you want some protection for that, I recommend you get a little bit quieter real fast.
How's it going out there?
Got a wily one. He's bitey, but locked down.
How's
He's
he
becoming a
biting
little
you?
bit more talkative after I think Tamori almost broke his arm.
Only almost.
Get a name as soon as you can, and gather up whatever he was pointing at us as a weapon.
Nail gun.
Nice.
Yeah, real nice.
You talking like you got shot.
Nope. Perfectly fine.
You sure? I can get stuff back.
Evan.
Of course I got shot, you morons.
3
Yep,
ticks.
Dear. Oh, that's a lot of ticks of oxygen to be losing. Okay, I don't have time for this shit anymore. I'm just going to grab and heave and look over at Teo. Like, could you help me heave this moron up so we can get him back to the train and I can get some oxygen so I don't, die.
A little
What?
oxygen deprivation wouldn't hurt you that badly, but yeah, I help him.
Three ticks when you got carbon lungs. It's not that bad.
It's true. It's only a tick and a half.
Roll body with advantage.
Body,
He's
yada, yada.
still resistant.
I rolled a 1 and a 20.
Well,
Yeah.
Whew. Some dumbass up here, boy.
you drag this man up, almost kicking and screaming, until he is up on the railing with you.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna stop there. I'm going to continue dragging him back towards the train because I am not famed for my patience, despite being famed for exactly that thing.
Still kicking and screaming then.
That's fine. He can kick his balls he
Essentially.
wants.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do anything to help alleviate his situation because no, I may be a tactical AI with a conscience, but I'm still a tactical AI. I see no benefit in helping him.
Listen, simple reality is I could be breaking his arms again.
Wait,
You have to look.
are you laughing at our train?
I just noticed it. I was zoomed in on.
I can't believe you would laugh at our beautiful train.
Nice train.
It's a great train. It looks lovely.
Thank you.
I'm proud of it.
It's not
Is
just
there
a
a
great
little label
train.
that says train?
It's not just a great train. It is also a freight train.
It's a great freight train.
It's a great train.
Great freight, mate. I rated it 8 out of 8. All right, let's go.
While we patch Tomoe up, I begrudgingly will move gear as quickly as I can onto the freight portion.
Son of a... Swear, can we have one job if someone isn't shooting at me for no fucking reason?
Good thing you're getting patched up because by the time you're getting to the actual train, you were sitting at about 5, going into 6.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, turns out exertion expedites oxygen loss.
Joyous. Well, hey. That's fine.
You gotta
Oh.
stop getting yourself busted up in the suit.
Who rode on the train?
It wasn't me. I didn't do what I
Great
promised.
freight mate train.
Somebody shot at you on Gemini 3.
Yeah, well, Gemini 3 had those poison plants. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Itched for
Yeah. You chose the wrong part of the woods to shit in, too.
Yeah. It's That's what I get for trying to not bother anybody. What can I say? It's my unending sense of care, compassion.
What was
Not
it you
a-
called it, Gavin? It was Satan's diaper rash.
Oh, yeah, no, the devil's crotch rot.
That's what it was.
Mm. And that was not a fun time.
All right, my genitalia itching aside, let's deal with our new friend here, shall we?
Is somebody holding this man back?
I am. I have not let him go, other than having to patch my suit up.
Fairly sure I'm also helping because, you know, it's very hard to keep somebody held down with one arm.
Where the hell is Tamale?
Now when you have two body.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. You're underneath Furman.
I be hiding sometimes.
And Charlie is still moved right back.
I mean, it sounds like Tamoy found a place he wanted to be.
Hey now. Don't go outing. Are you reading my diary again?
You put it on the ship's server!
I don't know how to work computers. That's your thing.
If you're
So-
going to have something private, do not put it on something I'm connected to 5 days out of 7.
Do you know how expensive paper is now?
Do I have to set up a isolated tablet for you? Would
Is
that make
Delilah
sense?
helping me?
Be little, but she helping.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Delilah. We
Girl
get
power.
on with the we get on with the camaraderie of heavy lifting.
manual labor. It builds
She's also
relationships.
very uncomfortable being in the train with whoever the fuck this is.
That makes sense.
Did you recognize him?
After the strike, I will set up a private, isolated tablet for you. That way you can have your journal or diary or whatever you want to call it, and I
Okay.
don't have to read your sob stories.
A diary later, maniac now.
So, this train is pressurized, but only to a limited amount. You've hit 6 on your oxygen, but you can seal it. You're not losing any more air. Once you get back into the actual hangar bay, you'll be able to get true pressurization in Atmo.
I'll live.
I mean, hopefully.
Couldn't we just top him up inside?
If you have a spare oxygen,
I have a spare oxygen.
well, for the train, you guys are still kind of sitting at the repair bay. The tram is just on at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you drag Tomoe into the repair bay, then he can top off.
Yeah, that is a whole production with the fact that we still have our prisoner here. Hey,
Yeah.
prisoner,
Hey.
what's your name, and are you going to be
Are
cooperative
you,
now?
are you cool with once I'm done doing labor, I just split the difference between mine and Foxy's oxygen levels? Just like a port-to-port umbilical hookup?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're awful kind tonight, aren't you?
No.
This is what mean looks like.
The funny thing was, that was in character. But I see how you could think it wasn't.
So,
When you ask that, Faye is like, I'm not doing that job. She gestures at you holding the guy in place.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really like doing it too long either, so let's either get this guy calm or get the hell out of here in short order. One or the other.
I mean, he's calm
about-
enough now. I wonder if he's willing to answer some questions, like name, occupation, what the hell's going on here.
He's still very agitated and is still attempting to resist. However, this body lock, he's not.
Yeah, I'm getting a little over this asshole at this point, so I'm just gonna tighten up a little bit.
I flip up the kind of radiation shield, if we have one, on the front of the suit so you can see my face. Hey, take deep breaths. As I'm sure my compatriots told you, we are a rescue team from the Emperor's Shrike. We came here off-world. We are looking for survivors and trying to get people out of here. That includes you. Now, we cannot legally force you to come with us. However, we are aware of the biological nature of the assailants that have been wreaking havoc on this facility. And I wager you're better off with us and Petunia, to which she indicates her revolver, than you are on your own with this fancy little thing. And she indicates the nail gun. Now, would you do me the kindness of stating your name and rank so that, should you choose to leave at the end of all of this, I can accurately report your stupidity to the people who will be auditing this rescue?
Kamoi Titan script and then just, I'll make that a little bit simpler for you. You can be disobedient, or you can get where we're going conscious. Your call.
Through this whole kind of exchange, you hear a bit of muttering kind of back and forth. It's almost like he's talking with himself, like, what's going on? I can't. This is okay. You told me it'd be like this. We're off-world.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have no fucking idea what's going on, do you?
Well, we met a real inhospitable crab man earlier.
I'm putting it lightly.
We know a good chunk of the facility is full of holes or full of corpses or both.
A lot of both.
Wandered downstairs where we thought we'd find 5 survivors. Instead, found one dead man who had been sending us messages not but a half hour earlier. So I'd say our assessment is, and she looks around to the rest of the crew, our assessment is this is generally about as fucked as you can get. So, again, love to have your name and rank, and then I can let you, fuck off into the tunnels if you really want to die.
He's into one particular part of that. You found someone down in the caverns?
She'll pull the ID badge forward.
That's not possible.
I
That's
assure
James's
you,
tag.
it is. Say again?
It's James's tag.
I wouldn't have recognized him, but that's what was attached to the corpse that we found. And we didn't find anybody else lurking down there. Why is it not possible?
How long?
And she kind of looks. Half an hour, 45 minutes?
No,
Hour
how long
tops.
how long has he been dead?
Oh, he looked dead for
A good while.
What?
Good
while?
Good while. Good while.
We considered ourselves lucky not to be able to smell him.
In a very similar fashion, that when you first met Delilah, his response is, I just talked to him a couple of days ago.
He messaged us just before we went down into the caverns. Or somebody did.
You let me the fuck go.
You gonna shoot me again? Or run off?
Well, you have my fucking gun, so...
Oh, someone's wise. Keep that in mind when you think about shooting someone again. When they're trying to help you. And I'll slowly let him go.
Is that...
Explain. I ran in a second. The, taps the edge of the, suit helmet so the visor comes up. I didn't make this one into a token, I forgot to, but... My name's Carl. I work in engineering. His voice sounds gruff, arched, likely in part to all the shouting and cursing that he was just doing, but also seems like maybe his facial structure is a little hollow.
I know
Show you guys.
I know it's low O2 in here, but do you need any fluids before we send you on your way? Seems like you don't want to travel with us, and like I said, can't legally keep you here. But, staving off dehydration seems like one important concern.
Kind of looks across the train, eyeing everybody, and his lingers on... Let me actually...
Yeah, get her in here.
On Delilah, and there's that spark of recognition. So you made it down here too. Yeah. I'm gonna... You give me a chance, I'll explain. Don't really care for being alone in this shit show.
Well, lucky for you, we got room on the train.
Do we want to call our break there?
We'll find
And
out
then-
what his story
yeah.
is next time.
Woo!
We'll go on a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we will tell you guys the story of the wonderful Carl Benson,
Carl,
who shot Tomoe.
he sure did. It's the second time I've been shot on this tough fucking mission.
Engineer. All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Where we last left off was Tark scaring the shit out of us at intermission with the soundboard. But before that, we had met Carl Benson, who was being very aggressive towards our crew before Tomoe literally pulled him from falling likely to his death in the River Styx and dragged him onto a train after being shot. He has introduced himself as Carl Benson from engineering, and he's asked that the crew just give him... Just let me explain. Give me a chance to explain before you... Because I really don't like being alone. Is there any response, or are you just gonna stare at
I
him
mean-
until
I
he tells his
mean-
story?
Yeah,
listen,
like this is usually where people talk when
you don't like being alone. I don't like nails in my arm, Carl. So let's see if at least one of us can get out of here
Carl,
satisfied.
you have to realize that kills people.
Well, you gotta understand, for a bit there, I didn't think you were people.
Ignore my crew. All of them besides Towel are dumbasses. Please continue.
I have a nail in my arm, woman.
You want another one?
Just a quick like sound does you had a nail in your arm.
Hate you. Hate you both.
Look. When that lock opened, all I saw were of those things. Forgive me if I panicked and ran and shot you. Because you weren't exactly a person. Me.
You saw us as those crab things?
Not crabs. Whatever the hell you're talking about, but not human. Certainly not human.
With the claws and the
Well,
fucked up demeanor.
the one we saw, even with the claws, still had some notably person-looking features. Maybe not all of them get claw-like, but... Well, if you assume people like us could have been those things, maybe those things used to be people.
Or we have some serious mass hysteria or hallucinations going on. One of the two.
I'm honestly hoping for the first at this point.
I couldn't tell you. I've been locked in a room for a little while. Being alone in the darkness for a bit kind of fucks with your head. So,
You're not alone now. We know a little bit, but anything that you might be able to add to the story to help us have a better chance at survival would be appreciated. What we know is that, maybe 2 weeks ago, quarantine was set up after y'all had cracked into a big geode down below, and the science team had gone to investigate something and take it out of the mine. Shortly after the quarantine started, people started seeing our friends, let's call them, and people were dying left and right. Anything you can add to that in terms of timeline or something?
not really. I got
When did
train broke down. It was in a place I couldn't really get fixed before I was called. Called away? I don't know. I don't remember I was pulled away from that, but
do you know what they were transporting on the train at the time?
it should have just been a shift rotation. James mentioned something about being with. It was about escorting a team into the sticks, but I didn't get much after that until he said he had to isolate and lock down.
I have James's pass, right?
It's a little almost seems almost acrylic outside of you. Can definitely see all the wiring and junctures. It's along the side is his carved name, but the bulk of it, where everything connects to, and you assume the actual like microchips and things are in. It's been carved, little etchings, little paint. He's made it his own.
Yeah.
You can see that. Even if you look at Delilah's, it's kind of the same. She has made it her own.
You said you talked to James recently,
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Couple of days, I think. According to the logs. He told me to meet him down here, that he had an idea on how to get off the rock. To gather as much supplies as I could and meet him here. Oddly, a very similar story to Dennis and Delilah.
Hmm.
Was Carl James's fiance?
No.
Now, I
There
know
were
I-
no kissy faces in the fucking communication logs.
Historians
James
will say
and
they were best
Carl.
friends.
So I know I asked this to Delilah.
And they were roommates.
They were roommates.
Sorry.
One Debs, one not, because they're not gay.
Sorry. Please ask your question.
Just trying to put a little rest to a working theory some of us have. You wouldn't happen to know of any sort of AI or AI research that was being done on site in this facility anywhere?
A long time ago, there was an AI that showed up at the end of the war with our last shipment. He was wearing. He had transferred over to a suit, but he left with the crew.
Okay. All right. So, have you noticed any weirdness or oddities in this communications before or since everything went to shit?
Oh, I mean, I think there was a couple of bugs in our data banks that we had to scrub out, but that's perks of living on a decrepit station. It was an every other day thing.
All right. Now, one last question from my own personal pet theory. And it's going to sound strange, but how long ago was the war?
Been over a decade at this point, hasn't it? We went dry before that, but
out of character, Meg. Is that a accurate answer?
Approximately, yeah.
Okay.
Reasonable enough for somebody to give or take a couple years.
I'm not letting go of the theory that there's time fuckery going on here.
In my soul, I know it's necromorphs. In my head, I want it to be time fuckery.
There's no reason it can't be both.
Necromorphs?
Yes.
Can't be necromorphs. Crows don't have necks.
I assure you they do.
Heck!
I don't know, is our bird
Stop.
expert in the
We're
chat?
not. We're not. We're not. We're just not. Oh, God. Okay. All
Bit
right.
aside.
Yeah. So. Well. Okay. All right. Let's recap. We don't know whether or not there's a rogue AI in the system. We don't know what the weird things shambling around and murdering everybody are. We don't know what the weird alien tech plugged up downstairs was. And we don't know what the science team was hiding that's possibly connected to all this fuckery. The only thing we do know is that there's survivors somewhere waiting for us we haven't gotten to yet.
Unless that's another message from a dead person.
Carl,
Mm,
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's Core?
Alright.
Touch me. Who we saw logs earlier. I think they were on the medical team.
Yeah.
Someone called
You're
Core.
talking. If you're talking about Tana, she's chief medical officer.
You holding out on a juicy giblet?
No, just a bit confused is all. Trying to figure out who's who and what's what.
Alright, Candace is the chief medical officer. She called for quarantine before things started to get really bad. Left a lot of people isolated. The only thing we could do was communicate through the terminals, but even then, seemed like half of them were down, with no way to really deal with it.
Okay. So here's the thing, Carl. Our plan, as a rescue team, is to go to any source of distress that we hear. And our most recent one was from crew quarters. Now, if whatever's going on is biological, there are a lot of risks that come with that. I don't want you agreeing to move with us unless you know those risks. Would you rather stay with us on this train and head into the crew area? Or do you want to take your chances out there?
Captain, I've already fought my way tooth and nail through the entire engineering department to get down these tunnels back here. That shit ain't gonna scare me. There's actual people around.
All right.
The condition, I get my nail done back.
Not happening.
Alright.
The more it is.
Turns to Lapata. Happening. The man was under stress when he shot you. If he does it again, and she'll turn back. If he does it again, We will consider him a threat. Does he understand?
Opening that duffel bag. Lady, as far as I care, if you consider me a threat, you can put me down.
That's
And
what I like to hear.
roughly rummaging through it, you guys can kind of get a glimpse of what was in this bag that he was stealing from your freight car.
Ah, right. There's also the matter of that.
Was a collection of spare torch welds, some electrical equipment, and an actual welder itself. And you see him start to pull things out. Like, you want to keep the nail gun by all fucking means, dude. Don't interfere with this. I can't guarantee it's not gonna blow up.
Hey,
And
be ginger with your use of that stuff. We do have one or two holes on the good old Emperor Shrike to patch up before we round up the ship and cruise on out of here.
actually crash landed on this ice ball.
It crash landed. It's a strong term. There was interference from a signal. Signal seemed to knock out our systems. So it was more like we were digitally assaulted by something in the frequency, and then our ship made a gravitationally assisted descent.
So you crash landed.
We made the best of a bad situation.
Well, that explains all the shit you've got hooked up back there.
It's not shit. It's salvage.
If it was shit, you wouldn't have made off with it.
I made off with the useful bits.
Mm-hmm.
And
Speaking
as long
of-
as you don't interfere, he's slung that machinery that he had slung across his back, and you're looking at it now and it looks vaguely like a weapon, but he's taken the parts that he's pulled out of that bag, and as long as you don't interfere with him, he's gonna start tinkering with it and adding things, removing things, jerry-rigging stuff together.
Lapata the Lesser.
I'm not the
At least I
lesser,
call
but-
it the younger. That's just
Yeah.
insult.
Lapata the Younger. Take us out of here. I mostly wanted to see who would respond to it.
Choo choo to you too.
Tomo would just pat his stomach and just, not much lesser about this, Captain.
You know I love you, kiddo. And she'll pat Gavin on the back of the head, which is probably as high as she can reach.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, gets the train rolling. Door does hear it. Chugga, 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 chugga.
I was doing it in my head. I didn't want to do it out loud, but I was doing it in my head.
So,
Y'all haven't even ridden a monorail. They sound like woo, ka-chuk, 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 woo, ka-chuk, ka-chuk, ka-chuk.
Murmur and I had out from my mouth.
there's like, but it's basically the entire line down
Well, now you have ice on your
Across.
floor.
to the, well, you better hope there's not a lot of ice on that railing, but,
That's what the
You-
ice scraper on the front's for, right?
but what about the side?
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
You make the train shudders to life and pulls forward, leading you back into the maintenance bay. bay door. You go through the process of the lock decompressing. The hangar door opens. You roll inside. It shuts. Then there's some time spent compressing again, so that there's airflow. And you are in a proper atmosphere once more.
Where the fuck are my cigarettes?
Okay.
You want
Okay.
one, Dre?
Gavin, I can't believe I'm trusting you with this, but I need this out of my head.
All right. I have a cybernetics diagnostics kit.
Yeah,
try
you
and-
get working on patching up Bolt Brain over there.
Yeah, I just dug down in case there's some shooting or something. And don't scream, man. Plugs it in.
Okay. Just don't make me pull a Gladys.
You know, you'll just hear him softly. It's humming like. This is a try. Sorry, would you put that on?
Stop it.
Make me attack roll, please.
Absolutely. Let me pull up my sheet here. A little tick. That is going to be a 17 with my 2 tech. I should actually learn how to read that.
So, I'm going to continue to treat void points as if they're stress points because that sounds fun. And I like corrupting my players. It's enjoyable.
Dear, that sounds.
Oh no, corrupting me? Oh goodness.
Oh. KK. But.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Well done.
This is revenge for Game Mommy, I think. Oh, how the tables have turned.
I can't watch him laugh, but without laughing myself.
Oh, that was hilarious. Wow.
Alright. But describe your diagnostic tools for me.
So it's kind of well, it's not fancy. Basically, there's a means by which to like slot into an access port. That's kind of been set up and jerry-rigged with Teo. And then there's a small readout screen with like a little mini keyboard that he can flip out. Otherwise, it's a very compact tool. Basically allows for a little bit of like a mini computer, almost kind of like a Pip-Boy, except not on your wrist, just in your hand. It's like a flip phone. That ancient technology, the slides that could pop up.
Where would you say that access point is placed between the two of you? Or I guess Teo would be the more accurate. Why are you...
Can I argue?
Everyone was looking for a light. I was helping.
Back of the skull?
Not quite back of the skull, like a little closer to just behind the ear, like right here.
Can I offer that this game exists in the better timeline where the sidekick became the most
I thought
recognizable.
Will was that game.
They're in the same universe. These monsters
I'm
are
the
just
bad
Digimon.
timeline.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Looking at it, it's absolutely like a sidekick style. But yeah, would it be cool if it like you could. There's a little access like screw or something with a micro tool. You can hit it, and the like a little behind the ear kind of pops out just a bit to put the port in, so it's not always exposed.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I was going with that spot because there's like at least enough flat skull space for something like that to exist right there.
Yeah, so you like there's a little like almost dimple just south of the ear that with a little tool you can push in like you're getting a SIM card out of a phone, but it causes a little like thing to pop open and put it in and then start just running through.
Okay. So you're watching as this screen, running your diagnostics, and from Teo's memory, you get a recreation of the scene he saw. Although for you, it induces what feels like a massive migraine looking at this. To the point you can't really comprehend it and you're not sure what you're looking at on this screen.
Ow. Oh god, what the hell is that? Is there
You alright, kiddo?
Yeah, this is a trip. I don't know what I'm reading here. It like closes the tool just. Oh. Okay.
You okay back there?
Oh, Fred, I don't know if it's best that anyone tries to fix you right now.
I don't know how that sounds.
I think you got yourself a headache, because that's what I got. Just cyberware headache. The symbols are...
It's before. This does not feel like a headache.
I flip it back open, but I'm looking at like a scant, and does it seem like there's any way to purge that information, or you know, like at least try to contain it?
Make me a tech roll.
I'll use a void point because I don't want my friend to be crazy. Because that's a 7 on the first one and a 13 on the second for a total of 15.
That fails.
You're very mean to me sometimes. No.
Wait, Turk, do you have a +2 in the chat room?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
we
tell you
already
right.
got the
I'm gonna
result.
tell you right now. No.
Damn. Well, skill issue.
Seems so.
Hate it when it's a skill issue.
I just like
Honestly.
I don't know what to tell you. This thing is rampant and it's not shifted on me, but it's hard to pin down where exactly it starts and ends in your code here. I don't want to mess anything up, you know? Yeah, you better be off getting back to the ship and talk to Sonny about this, but I don't even know if you want to plug in there.
Okay.
I suppose you got a warranty?
Can you say things that... Go ahead.
I voided that warranty. That warranty wasn't supposed to cover me getting a compiled form. So, great.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud. And hold those teeth together for a second. He'll pull the cord out and push the slot
There's a
back in.
reason why there's an eject command.
Evan, could you stop antagonizing our mechanical friend?
I'm really not. It's concern. He closes the tool.
I think your robotic bedside manner leaves a little bit to be desired.
I'm sorry. My head's rattling right now. I don't even know what I was seeing. But whatever Teo saw hurts like a mother.
Oh, this is fun.
Not really. Captain, we might want to... we gotta get Taylor some serious diagnostics at some point. That's not normal for that to be rattling around in there.
How are you feeling? You said you got a headache just looking at it.
Yeah, well, if that subsides anytime soon, I'll be sure to let you know. For the moment, oh boy, I'm just hoping that goes away with some high adrenaline.
Okay. All right. So that little nugget rattling around in my head. Great. I thought I left all of the time bombs back when I military. Fun times.
Hey, do you need to take a back seat moving forward? You think this is going to keep you from performing your duties as our technology officer?
I'm still operational. I can still.
That's not what I asked, Teo. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
No take backsies. Let's go.
So, you guys are currently in the maintenance hangar bay.
Mhm.
You've got the train, you've got a load of cargo attached to it. Where would you like to move forward from here?
We got a call from engineering that there were some people holding up in.
Nah, it wasn't engineering.
No. We were in engineering, and we got when we got the call that said they were in somewhere else that I can't remember right now. It's in the notes. Hold on, I'm gonna be a good player. Oh, they're in the
GM, could you share the message that I got in
crew quarters. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the crew quarters.
Crew
So
quarters. Okay, cool.
we gotta head. I'd say we head there, pick up our stray friends, and then, you know, get
You
them
wanted
out.
the station-wide one, right?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should expect heavy resistance going in. Oh, you've got that welder. Gavin, do you need our good friend Carl's discarded weapon? And she'll turn the nail gun over.
Still got a vacuum pistol. It's got some kick in it, but I'll take it.
Alrighty.
Nail gun.
Okay. So you're taking the train as full towards. You're starting to make the motions of moving it towards crew quarters.
I mean, it sounds like unloading it would take some time.
Unloading it would take some time. If asked. Well, Delilah and Carl both speak up. Like, if you're moving towards the back of the station, there is a wreckage. You won't be able to get the train. You'll get it partway there, but it won't get you all the way to where you're wanting to go.
Would you better try to hoof it? Let these two try unloading stuff.
Well, if the captain's right, we're expecting resistance on the way into the crew quarters. We should probably go in force.
We can decouple from the cargo car, right?
You can. At that point, it just becomes a matter of where.
Well, decouple it here in the hangar, Gotta bring it out anyway. Might as well leave the cargo with all the prepared stuff here.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Makes no sense to me.
Alright. Well. Pull the pin and let's get out of this. You two riding with, or?
It sounded like Carl didn't want to be left alone in the vastness of the station.
And Delilah, you... I guess...
I'm not gonna be a lot of help, but
She's safer with us than she is on her own.
Alright. All aboard. Rescue Express. Making stops.
If we get in a firefight, Delilah, you move towards the center of all of us. Got that? Wherever the guns aren't pointing, you're as close as you can get behind that.
Hug my back. I can take a bullet or two. At least two.
I've noticed.
Already taken 2.
Exactly. See?
Standing orders for you, Tomoe. Take fewer bullets.
Yes, Captain.
Can't have you looking better than me.
Well, one of us has gotta. And I'd rather it not be you.
Alright, well, train's going. Train's now departed, making stops at Crab Person Junction and Regret Town. Not that I have any, but...
We never
My
left.
cousin
the
lives
town.
there.
You entered Regret Town as soon as you crash landed and never left.
DeFay will slap Gavin on the back and say, "Onward, ho!"
Excuse me, if I'm gonna be treated with such disrespect, I am a slut at best.
All right.
So, you guys disconnect the actual cargo load and start the tram to move inward to the rest of the station. Do you seal up maintenance bay?
Yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
You know, no one's in there.
The grind in the middle, the doors slide shut behind you, and once again you are in the echoing, empty cavern. Rumbling in your ears, loud as this train moves through the tunnels. And after a bit, maybe 5-10 minutes, as said, you come across a wreckage. Barring your path is what looks to be another tram. This time, maybe 3 or 4 cars. Piled in like a snake, collapsed in. A couple of them on their sides. Wires and connectors spark across the edges, but the rest of the alcove remains dark with red emergency lighting.
That looks messy. You think anyone's alive down there?
If they are, it'd be a lot of digging. You'd probably hear them. If they were in pain, I bet you those carcinomorphs got them first.
We can't just pass them up, can we?
If we find them, sure, but I left the Great Hounds never back home.
Cursory check. If there's somebody that we can get to and help them. But consider this an emergency situation for us as well. We got to put our own oxygen masks on and make sure we get out before we help people who are in worse than us.
Yes, ma'am. And now, yeah, Tomoe will move to the front of the train, and well, Gav, you're running the train right now, so Bolt Brain, you're with me.
All right.
And yeah, just to want to kind of try to carefully move. Just again, not like trying to like go through all the train cars, but just moving along them in a way where I can cursorily look through them and see if there's anyone who looks mostly alive. Prepared to roll if I have to.
I need to take a second to step away. Do you guys want to sit in this scene for a moment while I do, or would you like to go to intermission for a second?
Let's take a mission for a second. That's fine.
All right, we'll be right back.
Ooh, see you on
Sex,
that.
while I leave them all in a terrifying situation.
All right.
Suspense.
Bye.
Back, everybody. Our crew just rolled up in their train to a wreckage in the middle of the transit tunnel, interrupting their course to the inner parts of the colony. From what they left off on was 3 or 4 cars slammed together almost like a snake. Maybe one derailed. A couple of them are on their side. There's cabling and wiring sparking from where they disconnected from everything, and the whole tunnel is flooded with the red emergency. Would you guys do me a favor and remind me of what you were doing?
I, along with Teo, were going to go look through the tram for some survivors. We're not looking actively through it. We're kind of like keeping to the outside, looking through windows and stuff, looking to see if we can see anyone that looks mostly alive.
We're also plotting a route through this mess so we can get to where we need to go.
That too.
I was keeping the citizens safe.
That.
So, you're post up in the train with Gavin and your 2 survivors en route. You figure out what Carl's been working on as he does a couple of test pulls on the trigger, and with the welding cartridges, burst of near white hot flame bursts out of the end of the barrel. And he's just kind of like not satisfied with what he's created, and Delilah's still kind of huddled in the corner, peeking out of the windows, watching as Tomoe and Teo make their way through this tunnel and wreckage. And 2 of you in this dark alcove, moving as silently as you can, with discretion, flashing your lights around to kind of try to get an idea of if there's movement, if there's anything living in this tram. You are met with in some places there are tracks of blood. You come across a couple of bodies hanging from one of the windows in the tram, sprawled out on the railing. You're actually trying to plot a course through this mess. You're either going to be making a tight squeeze along the edge of the tunnel, or you're going to be climbing through the tram itself.
Both have their complications. Great.
Mm-hmm. Everyone say hi to the true GM of this game.
What a nefarious little bastard. What an evil creature.
All right, okay, Roger. What are you doing?
Mischief.
There's a little minifigure of each of us on Meg's desk, and they're all there waiting for Raja to come. The first one of us to die is going to be the one that Raja paws off the desk first.
I'm screwed. I feel it. I'm the largest. I'm largest mini. I got the most mass to it. Damn.
No. These are minis of us, the people,
actually,
the humans.
Okay. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Wait, damn, I might still be screwed then. How much do you weigh?
That's not a question you ask a lady. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Anyone.
I think like 200 and up.
Yeah, I might be screwed. I think I might actually weigh the most out of everybody here.
I'm taller though.
That's true. You are taller than me, so center of gravity might actually work out in my favor here.
And Turk, despite appearances, is taller than me.
Does this make you feel better?
Now you're tiny.
Little lad.
You really are like a little figure Russia can knock off the desk.
Little lad, little guy.
Oh, we're gonna pick him up.
Okay, enough.
You're looking at the dead bodies.
Okay, so I guess we're thinking of, is it go through the tram or go around the edge?
Mm-hmm.
I think our friends have seen enough dead bodies for a day. Maybe we go around the edge.
Yeah, that seems to give us better footing, but if we get chased, we're going to be kind of stuck.
If we get jumped while we're inside the tram, we're just as stuck.
It's not even maneuvering space, but I'm still agreeing with you. We're going to go around the edges.
Well, guess we'll go report into the troops and get everybody moving.
All right. Either way.
All right. So yeah, we'll turn and tuck back over to our train, and chug back up and just, well, got good news and bad news. Good news is we won't need to worry about any more supplies for anybody else because there's nobody else alive over there, it looks like. Bad news is we're not getting this tram anywhere through that area. So we're going to go around the edge, skirt it close as we can, tight fit it, hope for the best. It's that or walk through that thing, and I think we've seen enough bodies today, yeah?
I'd agree to that.
I trust your judgment.
It ain't our blessed for it. In that case, I'll go over to Carl and Delilah, note the flamethrower. Huh, ain't you clever. And leave that there. Part of me really wants to take it from him, but we'll deal with that later. And I'll go and focus on helping Delilah, as you know, if we're gonna be doing some edge skirting and tight fitting, I'd rather make sure that the she's not in the back in case something comes up on us from the rear.
Good. So you guys are disembarking the tram, going for the widest alcove you can find on either side of the tunnel.
Now,
It's
Carl.
still
Now, Carl, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you mind going first with that nifty little device you made? Just I wouldn't want to be standing in front of you if we made an acquaintance, you know?
Don't take any offense to that, Captain.
Bless you for it. And I'll slap him on the shoulder.
And he kind of pumps the trigger and it doesn't activate. He shakes it a bit and then it puffs out another plume and it stays at a low light. He kind of starts pressing his way as much as he can through the alcove, using the light of the fire to kind of guide him and keep an eye out as he moves this alcove.
Tomoe, you take up the rear. Let's put one more body between the rear guard and Delilah. Draw straws if you gotta.
I wouldn't mind a little sibling bonding time. Come on, little bro. Hang out with me for a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
We get to keep straws home for now.
This isn't milkshake power hour. Let's go.
I brought the
Use
milk
milkshake.
and everything.
So,
Why did you
marching
make milk?
order. Marching order to confirm is Carl. Faye, are you following after him? Or are you having Teo go after him?
I'm going after him, and then anybody can come after me.
Okay, so we've got Carl, Faye,
I'll go next, so that will be Teo.
Teo, Delilah, Gavin, and Tomoe.
Just say, the boys.
And the gang! And the fucking
The
gang!
boys!
I don't know what to tell you.
Fucking mischief makers.
Them Lapata boys are up to no good in the back of that head.
They're never up to any good.
Imagine being up to good in this economy.
So, by the light of the flashlights on your suit, the flame of the flamethrower, and the red emergency lights, you, one by one, make your way through this claustrophobic alcove, cramped between the collapsing side of the tram and the transit tunnel wall. I don't know what you two are laughing at, but I'm gonna continue my fucking narrative, so shut the fuck up.
Please go. It's not you.
What?
It's not
Whoa!
you.
Whoa! Hold on! I'm innocent here.
Please
You guys-
continue, Meg. I'm not trying to.
One by one, in marching order, you make your way through this tight-knit little alcove between the crushed-in tram and the transit tunnel wall. Carl makes his way through, steps a few steps forward. This flame torch, followed by Faye, I imagine with Petunia, your trusted revolver. Teo. Next in line.
Oh joy!
In the flooding red light in your flashlights in the distance, you see several varying life forms, organisms. A couple you might recognize as your crab people.
Oh no!
Please, the technical term is carcinomorph.
Carcinomorph,
It's catching on.
but it's
Crustaceomorph?
certainly more than that. As you face roughly, as far as you can see, maybe a dozen in your life. With half your crew trapped in the alcove and some of you making a guard line. I think that's what we're gonna call it tonight.
Motherfucker.
Fuck yeah, of course.
God damn it.
Cool. So remember that whole thing about us all dying? So that's apparently it turns out it wasn't this episode. It's next one. Got it. Cool.
Meg, I'll put you in the worst possible position and then say it's time to end the episode. Mysteria.
What a nickname.
Kind of a mouthful.
It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it is apt.
Damn.
I like to consider them cliffhangers.
Listen. Okay, no, Meg. What I do in Stardust Ghosts are cliffhangers. This is like if the world was flat hangers. Like this is like you are like the plane of existence hangers is more like this isn't fair. Like
This is actually.
This is. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is bullying, actually.
This is bullying. It's not a cliffhanger. It's a gun thrust out of the far end of the curtain, and then another curtain falling in front of that.
it's like, oh, okay, cool. I saw that gun. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Yeah, you saw a gun. It was the cool ass flamethrower that this guy has.
I hope he dies so I can take it. I'm not joking. I don't care. I'm gonna say
No, don't wish that on Carl.
Carl!
That's my dad's name. You can't do that.
He shot me.
You got better.
I would like his cool flamethrower as recompense.
Just pull a
for him
Halo
shooting
trade.
me.
But that's my
Oh yeah.
dad's name.
I'll walk up and hold X.
Yeah, trade gun. That's easy. Gun.
Easy peasy.
I'll give you this if you hand over that.
Says the 12-foot tall man in power armor.
I'll just walk up and grab his arm again and go, "You got real frail bones. You want to keep him intact? Run that flamethrower, boss.
It's real
You
nice.
have the
You just built
expertise
this
to
for
keep it
me.
in check.
You got little man bone. Listen, it's got to be either like tech or something. And I got some points.
You got people.
I'll give it a kiss and a sweet little pat on the head. Does that count?
I'll caress his, I'll appreciate his machine spirit.
Ah, all right. Well, now what?
Well, now we do outros. Starting with you, Dirk.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I am Turk, or Turk accented when I'm surrounded on all sides by the enemy, the poor bastards. I, of course, have been playing Gavin Lapata, the younger of the two, though no less rambunctious, but absolutely enjoying his brief time as a train conductor. If you want to see more of me and things I do, inadvisable, but certainly possible, you can find me here next Monday, where I'll be running Oathsworn, which is one of my one of many campaigns I am very fortunate to run here. This one is a combination of Greek mythology meets high-level fantasy. It's really cool. Party just had a big boss fight, and they're in the middle of what's effectively the Olympics, which has been a lot of fun even on the first day. A lot of hijinks, and they're also fighting a cult. So a lot of sticks in the fire there. So great chance to jump in as always, and those videos are being released onto YouTube if you haven't caught up yet with this second season. Beyond that, I'll be over on Lost Caravan on the 4th with some more Delta Green. We're doing an Impossible Landscapes, and it's been real spooky. We just went to the 4th floor on a 3-story building once more, and we'll see how that goes. Then there'll be Gelgalim here every other Tuesday. So not this next Tuesday, but the one after it, which is awesome. You know, Yiddish Fantasy Gone with in Rogue with Rogue 2E. We are going to have to heist the dead bodies of a like a Latvian army away from the Livonian Order, and then give them proper burial. It's a whole thing. It's really... it's
Galgalim parenthetical, or Galgalim : corpse heist.
Yeah, but for good reasons. And of course, on the 11th, we'll be back here with some familiar faces you see on your screen right now for some more Frozen Rain, as we are in Ragnarok. If you haven't been able to catch those episodes, change that quickly. We've been having a great time, and there's only
I've
more
got swords
giant
now.
fights. Yeah, it's swords. People have swords.
I'm scared.
And scared.
I'm personally terrified.
And
I'm not a big lady. I'm a little lady.
And things will happen. Also happening in May on the 17th will be By His Shadow Peace, which, if you're not familiar, is a game that Foxy runs. I'll let them talk about that some more. And we'll be back here on the 25th for more Last Transmission. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of things. That's like a reduced schedule. I need vacation. But later, I'm having too much fun. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to the amazing group of people you see on your screen here. You should follow them, not just to find out when this next game is, but also to see all the other cool things to do, which they'll tell you about right now. Foxy, take it away from me. Bye.
That's me. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as favorite Fox Philly's finest. I can be found on the internet at Young Foxy. It's YUNGFOXXII. There's occasionally an underscore in there sometimes. If you want to know what I'm going to be in next, I'll keep it very simple, friends. I got 3 Wednesdays and a Monday for you. First off, Wednesday, the 3rd, it's next Wednesday, is going to be another episode of With the Will, our Digimon flavored, coated in love Animon story campaign. It's an incredible story. I'm bringing a lot of my friends through earning their crests. We got 1 more to hit. It's going to be a real banger, so I'm looking super forward to that. Next Wednesday you'll see me after that is the next Wednesday on the 10th for another Stardust Ghosts. Seraph Lance went AWOL. It's time to figure out what that means. I have nothing more to say about that. And as already stated, Wednesday after that, 17th, I will be right back here for By His Shadowed Peace, my Wrath and Glory epic starring some incredible people. A lot of Warhammer fun happening there, and they are already speeding their way through clues. So Act 1 might end faster than we already think. So we'll see what happens there. And the last thing I'll mention is a Monday, which is a little bit back in time, like I mentioned here. Coming up in 2 Mondays, that's May 8th, you will see me here reprising the first role I ever played on Neon Lights Roleplay as the OG cast of Neon Lights returns for Neon Afterglow, a story from the Edge. We're taking ourselves back into Night City one more time to round out character story and bring in some new complications. Should be a great fucking time. Looking so forward to it. Look forward to seeing that in a few weeks. That's all I've got. This has been a wonderful game. I cannot wait to see more of this. So glad to be back at LT. Passing it over to Shockpoint to talk more about how awesome things they do. Okay, bye.
All right. Yes. Thank you for all of that. My schedule I don't think my schedule is as full as Turk or Foxy's, but it's still a bit crowded. So yes, I'm Shockpoint Failure. You can find me either at Shockpoint Failure or Shockpoint62 on most places of the internet, in particular Shockpoint Failure here on Twitch, as well as on YouTube, where I do audiobooks. Right now, I'm working my way through The All Guardsmen Party by Sharky Is Not Dead. Fun little 40k story. It's great. Things go wrong so quickly and so spectacularly. You'll have fun listening to it. So there's that. That drops every Friday or so. In addition to that, here on Twitch, I do stream on my own personal channel every Mondays and Wednesday. Typically, if I don't, I usually announce it at some point on my Twitter. Usually, look, things happen. But in the realm of actual plays and role playing and all of that, the next time you'll be able to catch me in something along the lines of this will actually be not this Saturday, but next Saturday over on Singularity Roleplay, where there'll be another episode of Speakeasy Conspiracy. There's always going to be a fun little adventure of in the Call of Cthulhu universe, as written and choreographed as best I can with my chaotic crew by myself. Let's see. After that, I believe the next game I would have in the month of May for Let's Play would, in fact, be the 22nd? Yes, the 22nd with Breaking Neon. No. Yes?
No, it would be 25th with Last Transmission, and 21st with Breaking Neon, and then 25th with Last Transmission.
Okay.
This is why I have like 4 different calendars, guys.
But yes, thank you, Meg. So the 21st would be Breaking Neon, and then the 25th would be back here with Last Transmission. And then I believe I'm going to be in something else, but I'm going to keep that a little close to the chest for the time being at the moment. Other than that, I believe that covers the vast majority of my month of May, unless I'm missing something, Meg. You know my schedule better than I do, apparently.
I believe you're forgetting. I don't think you were in the premiere episode, but we do have King's Gambit premiering
That was what I was
this
trying to get off my
Saturday.
chest, but okay, yeah.
Well, you know, it's premiering, so guess what?
So come see it.
But yes, so that would be the 27th. That game, correct?
27th of May, it premieres this weekend on the 29th.
Yes. All right. But yeah, that is my rather full month of May. Like I said, not quite as full as everybody else so far, but there's a good bit. But like I said earlier, you can find me at Twitter at Shockpoint622, where I post my announcements, random philosophical debates, and me begging for a early access account for the new Armored Core game. That's besides the point. I know that's never going to happen unless I get several hundred more people to follow me. At least.
You gotta believe in the dream. That's all it takes.
One can hope.
That's
Sounds
why
like a
I'm keeping on
follower
the
drive.
so it may happen.
Exactly.
All it takes is one viral tweet.
Yeah, I don't think any of my philosophical musings are going to go viral. They're
So then start shit posting.
oh dear.
Say something inflammatory like, only sociopaths wash their legs in the shower. That
Hot
should do it.
take.
The water's flowing down there anyway.
Group sociopath has spoken up. Thank you.
It's me, the group sociopath. I'm Legendary Vermin. Tonight, I played Faye Castilian and her extremely inconsistent accent. If you want to find more of me on the internet, you can find me on all the places on the internet that matter as Legendary Vermin. And that is, of course, Itch, Twitch, Twitter, kind of, Tumblr, YouTube. I'm trying out Mastodon, Dice.camp. We'll see how long that lasts. Of course, you can find me on these channel all the time. My next appearance is going to be on Wednesday the 3rd with, of course, with the Will. That Animon story. A little bit later in the month, on the 11th, you can catch me here for Frozen Rain, just like was said earlier. And, of course, you can catch my show that I facilitate called The World Within You, a bass-boosted spray paint splattered take on Voidheart Symphony. Additionally, if you want to see something that I've done, and you're a freak who loves partially complete rulebooks, or a normal person who likes Stardust Ghosts, the system that they have just transferred to is No Amount of Armor. You can find that on my itch. It is currently free, but if you pay for it, who knows? When art starts to show up, it might just already be yours. So, yeah. Consider going and downloading that, or throwing me a couple of bucks to have it. I think with that, that's all I got going on.
So that brings it back to me, then. I guess I have been your game mother for this evening, Meg Mysteria, and you can find me as such on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch. I'm going to continue to ignore Tumblr as a social media platform. As far as what I've got coming up, I'm not personally in it, but like I said, on Singularity, there's the premiere of King's Gambit, led by the all-seeing eye, on Saturday. While he might not, I don't believe he's going to be in it for the first episode. Shug is a player, don't let him fool you. He's going to cause more chaos than anybody has seen so far.
I've been given far too many resources. I will make it so problematic for somebody.
And I know what he can do with these resources, so I'm telling you, it's going to be chaotic. After that, you'll be able to find me throughout the month of May, the 11th, on Frozen Rain, where it's Ragnarok. I'm concerned. There's the 21st with Breaking Neon, where I am not threatening my fellow players.
So surprisingly, somehow, some way, you will find a way to kill me in that game too.
Look, it was a friendly chat. Anyway. We missed the 17th with By His Shadow Piece, where we'll come back around for that, where I'm also not trying to kill my fellow players.
Lies.
That's sincere. That's sincere.
I'm sure you
Although
weren't
they do
trying.
not like me. They do not like me, though.
What? You guys have the greatest party dynamic. Everyone there is such wonderful friends. What do you mean?
I've got two people who I've got one person who actively hates me, one person who is praying for my redemption, and the other one's just kind of like,
Listen,
questionable at best.
Most of my friends actively hate me and/or are playing for my redemption. So I think you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna wait and see what happens, because right now I'm holding half of those clues. But then we come back around on the 25th for the next episode of this, where you perhaps get to see these folks.
Die!
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
I don't know what's gonna happen to them.
Yeah, we're probably
That's up to
dead.
them.
Yeah, that means it's even more likely that we're all dead. Actually, that seals it. Given that it's up to us to figure that out, that seals it. We're definitely all dead.
I as a GM will give them every avenue they can access to not die.
And we will
we'll see
fail
what
to
they
use
do
it
with
every
that.
time.
Let's see. I believe that is it for me. Look, keep an eye on the schedule. I can be the 24th will be the return of Henshin and Gogo over on Singularity. Not next month, but I believe the month after that, in June, we'll look at the premiere of the Power Rangers RPG campaign we've got going. Chuck, did you happen to mention Speakeasy at all?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Dave. I forgot. But yeah, that is it. That is where you can find us. If you like more gritty, dark sci-fi stuff that makes you question your existence, I just published as part of Lost Caravan RPG's Game Jam, SOS Lost Cause. It is a solo journaling game that uses tarot cards to divine your future as you slowly go insane. I had a lot of fun with that one, and I hope you guys check it out and enjoy it. But it got 3rd place, so I think that means something.
It's also got the big rat seal of approval.
Damn, that's a big rat. That's huge.
Really big rat.
The largest rat seal of approval.
And does that make it for our motley crew tonight?
Sounds
I
like
believe
it,
so.
boss.
Unless Knox wants to say something before we go.
Knox, Raja, how y'all feeling? I
Nah,
don't know where
passed
Raja
out.
went, but
Well, in that case, we should get the fuck out of here.
All right.
before
Well,
one of them can interfere.
Exactly.
we'll see you. We'll see you next time.
Stick around for the raid, friends.
Bye, guys.